As a producer and a director, what advice can you give to authors on, let's suppose somebody sets out to write a romance novel, but they know at some point they'd love to have it adapted. So what advice can you give? Because I know you'd said earlier that sometimes things are too heady or it's in someone's mind and you can't really portray that.
What advice could I give for an author to adapt a book?
Or starting out, sorry, maybe I should make myself more clear. Just starting out to write a novel, but with hopes to maybe have it adapted later.
I think the number one thing for us is making sure that there's enough story in the book. So a lot of novels, romance novels, are written when it's just the two people that are connecting and it's all about them and we don't know much about their outside lives or any kind of influences or have a story that goes around it as well. And so that's where it becomes difficult to adapt. So we need story.
Okay, interesting. So and more visuals, it sounds like, than sort of this internal.
No, we can create the visuals. The problem with too much internal dialogue in a book and then trying to adapt it into a movie is that if that's the only thing that's driving the book, then we have a hard time adapting the movie. But otherwise, almost all these novels have internal dialogue, and we use a lot of it. What we did, funny enough, in Matchmaker's Playbook, which it's a great story, but so much of it happens in our main character's head. And so we had difficulty initially coming up with a way of how we were going to portray this on screen, because if we only use the words that he says, the dialogue that's in the book, he comes out as such a big asshole that no one is ever gonna like him. When you read the book, he is delightful and hilarious because you basically are reading his mind. So we thought, okay, well, how can we take that really awesome character and put him on screen without making him sound like a total asshole because he's only saying certain things? And so we decided to break the fourth wall and do voiceover. So this entire movie is going to be the character, our main character, looking into camera and saying, that's how I do it. And that ultimately will allow our audience to connect with him and love him, so that while he's outwardly saying these asshole things, we can read his mind.
No, he's not a bad guy.
We know he's not a bad guy because we can read his mind. So in that regard, in that specific instance, we were able to take the internal dialogue and translate it onto the screen, because we're doing it in film language. We can change the film language to adjust to his personality. But that's very unusual, and it's not going to work for everything. And so it works for Matchmakers because it's a comedy. So when we have others, we need there to be a little bit more of a story that we can follow these characters on. We want to see these characters. We want to see these characters do things that are interesting and fall in love.
And a little bit of a naughty scene thrown here and there.
Well, 3 naughty scenes if we can.
3 naughty scenes.